There we go. There's another ice wall down. It's not the main one. This isn't the main one either, but it is a place that I'm kind of curious about. I'm curious about this whole sector, considering how big it is. Is anybody here? Hello? Rutger Strauss. Wait a minute. Dr. AJ... I heard... Well, at least that isn't the main storm. Come on, this isn't Twister where tornadoes just show up and vanish for no apparent reason other than dramatic effect. Witching Hour brew refills your thirst better than your hunger. I'm gonna have to make up for that. I have in this hand. Ah, here we go. Dr. AJ Callum. Yeah, these are where the bigwigs live. And of course work. Anything good in here? Wait a second. Oh yeah, this is like prime real estate here. In here. I'm gonna stay the night in the residences. I'm gonna pick one of these executive suites. This is... Oh, wait. I meant to take that. But I suppose I can leave these behind. What happened to Rutger Strauss? Whatever it is, this room is collapsed. Same goes for Fiona Garner. An entire rock wall. Hello? Dr. Derek Mance's room. Well, this should be interesting.
Dr. Derek Mance reporting. Research Director, Gate Cascade Research Facility. At last I have had to face the truth of my convictions. IS-012, the shape-shifting creature calling itself Dr. Khan, is much more than it pretends. I believe we have, trapped here at Cascade, one of our species' great enemies. If I am correct, it has been identified many times in human history, under many names. From prehistory to Babylon and beyond. Creature has been trying to bring about something unspeakable. As a scientist, every fiber of my being resists this conclusion. But I am convinced he is our enduring opponent. What this means for us, and what we are supposed to do with Dr. Khan, I do not yet know. The consequences of a misstep are beyond calculation.
I can't even bring myself to order his sofa removed from his cell. Bit of a glitch there. God. You know, some things look scarier at night. Some things really are scarier at night. So that's IS-0012. Quote unquote Dr. Khan. Forgot the power's out. Gotta use the John.
All vacant perforations will be resetting in 3, 2, 1. Reset complete.
So I'm guessing Dr. Khan is the devil. Or at least that's something he was known as once. What I'm supposed to do with that information, I don't know. I mean, what if Dr. Khan figures out that I've heard this recording and that I know who he is? What do you want me to do in the first place? Does it have something to do with that big head, that big floating head thing? You want me to set that thing free? But why? Is the big floating head thing gonna bring about the end of Antiverse Zero or something? Annette, I've been gathering some data you'll want to see. When can we discuss it? It's going to be hard in the next few weeks, Derek. Give me an overview. There is an organized force behind everything we've discovered in A2, and possibly beyond it, a conscious entity. In short, something is trying to invade our universe, and with every subject we bring across, we're assisting. Alright, show me the data, Derek, but do not broadcast this. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary proof. Am I clear? Acknowledged. And this is a picture of A2 findings. I can't make sense of it, though. Derek, I wanted to chase up our chat about ISO 107. I just spoke to Dr. Stern, and he informs me that its rate of growth indicates that it will be half the size of our galaxy in less than 50,000 years. I believe we must act now to alleviate the risk here. God, I thought you were joking last night. What are our options? Well, we have no current way to destroy it. The thing doesn't really, quote, exist, unquote, in the usual sense. So we really just needed to get as far away from our part of the galaxy as possible. Alright, yes, very much option B. Indeed, I'll send you Dr. Stern's thoughts on the current weight measurements. I'll talk to Carl about transport. He's still got friends at JPL. Yeah, we know what that is. So 107. Maybe they fired it using a railgun at a relativistic speed, like a significant fraction of the speed of light, and so if they did that, then time for it will pass more slowly than time for us. I wonder if they factored that in. Derek, I feel I must apologize for my outburst during the experiment with IS-0003 this morning. I really have no idea what came over me. I felt, though I hesitate to use the word, almost possessed. You have no idea how unsettling it is to be overtaken like that. Frankly, it is a phenomenon worth investigating, though I have no intention of being a test subject in future. No apology necessary. It was an exceedingly enlightening experiment, Petra, in more ways than one. In fact, Dr. Janik and I would like to buy you lunch to say thank you. That was the unwearable hat, which is currently in my possession. Derek, I hold little hope of this reaching you now, but if you receive this wherever you are, please let me know. Tell me a location. I will extricate myself from Cascade and try to join you. Stay safe. That's from Lenora Riggs. But maybe that's why she was in Canaan, or Canaan, or however you say that. I'm feeling tired. This is literally the best bed I've ever slept in. So, I mean, it's blissful rather than pleasant, so I'm going to close the door. What's the matter with this door? Here we go. And hope I don't have any nightmares about Dr. Khan. Or the big head. There's nothing like a really short rest to recharge one's batteries. I'm gonna leave my charger here in Dr. Mance's office and see what else there is in here. Dr. Dina Qatar and Jane Kerensky, no doctorate there. So who is she if not a doctor of some kind? An executive, I guess, but is she like the business end of things? I honestly don't know. I have a weird feeling I'm gonna actually find somebody hiding out in here. T.R. Anderson. You remember Michael Hutton in a maintenance office. But T.R. Anderson. There's a gatekeeper symbol drawn on here. Excuse my paranoia. But I have reason to believe that... Hello?
Have we met?
Yes, we have, Dr. Thule. You were the first guy who showed up when I first came down, like 80 zillion years ago. Have we met indeed? Maybe it's the armor. I don't look like anything in this.
Unacceptable.
Well, excuse me for pointing the deatomizer at you. I just thought this place was full of Jotuns.
Ah, it's you again.
Yeah, it's me again.
I came up here to give Anderson a piece of my mind. But wouldn't you know it, he's flown the coop. I shouldn't be surprised, I suppose. Anderson has always looked after himself first, and left us to deal with his messes. And you can be sure whatever exit plan the executives had, it's no use to anyone now. Typical. It's 3,000 degrees below zero, and all I want is a cup of coffee. At this point, I think I've earned at least that much.
Sorry to stop paying attention to you, Doctor. There we go. Sorry to stop paying attention to you, Dr. Thule, but I heard Kraus there, and I couldn't exactly ignore him. T.R. Anderson. Grand High Poobah of the Gate facility and Cascade Labs and whatever. He has a new journal entry now. Let me see. Responsible for overseeing and implementing containment processes and protocols across all Gate facilities, Anderson holds one of the organization's key positions. The precise details of Anderson's career before Gate have provided material for widespread speculation by his colleagues, not to mention a fair share of graffiti in the bathroom stalls. Concrete information is few and far between. It is the opinion of this documentarian that further requests for background are to be discouraged to prevent cubicle visits from Anderson himself. Hired directly by Annette Garrick in 1977, the fact that he is the only member of the executive committee without a PhD speaks for her faith in his capabilities in other areas. Well, he's not the only executive without a doctorate. How did you get past the ice wall, by the way? I had to mount that thing with a flamethrower. Nice chair. Looks like one on a loop-the-loop roller coaster. Okay, let's see what his email was like. Sir, I want to confirm that the Baird work schedule is complete. All containment suite units in that wing are now reinforced to get GISP grade 4 or higher. That includes impact shielding, blast dampening, electrical isolation, and full spectrum security. We've integrated biometric locks, temperature registers, and movement sensors, as well as a double redundancy checks as a minimum. In short, nothing in those units is getting out unless you let it out, or deactivate the entire system completely. Very good, Lionel, thank you. I trust that will satisfy Mance after last month's near debacle. I heard that. At least I think I did. Yeah, I did. I know what I heard. The lag's not behind me, is it? Nope. Okay. Do you have anything in these cupboards? Maybe he just never put anything in here. Nope. Zilch. Alright, whatever. I have received concerning information from our friends at Intrados. When I inquired into improving the containment measures of IS-0117, they responded that there was no need, as they employed the same fetters as its creator. I believe I have noted precisely that I require you to be more direct. What precisely is your concern? You implied on several occasions that this creature was the progenitor of life in Antiverse 2. According to the people responsible for its capture, this is not the case. The beast has a superior. If so, there is considerably more afoot in Antiverse 2 than we believed. To say it was concerned would be an understatement. Don't read too much into an aside from one of those sage-burning soldiers of fortune. We have IS-0117 under lock and key. If there's anything beyond it, I've heard nothing of it. You do not hear everything in it. And that is the Wayseeker. Well, I was getting kind of sick of calling it a big head. Big floating head. I didn't want to sound alarmist in the executive committee meeting, but in your judgment and confidentially, what would happen if we suffered a complete containment failure? It would take an extraordinary conjunction of circumstances for that to occur, Derek. Our protocols are effective. Simply because we deal with phenomena most people find inconceivable, it shouldn't lead us to fear the impossible. I am not worried about the impossible. Everything is possible when enough things go wrong. We have more than a few holes in our Swiss cheese. Do I need to come into your office and start quoting Reason and Wagoner like some Shakespearean? You know I'll do it. Calm down, Derek. We'll discuss it further over lunch, but I must assure you we have taken many precautions at every level. I'll walk you through the immediate steps. That should soothe your ruffled feathers. You know, it's an age-old problem in engineering. Engineering and management tend to talk past each other sometimes. And management's in charge, but they have they don't really know enough about engineering. A lot of conflicts between those two happen that way. I should know. Maybe. Okay, let's see. How full is that? Oh, that's what's going on. There's a defense robot out there, and it's in a fight with something. I'd recognize that anywhere. Where's it firing from? Alright, alright. Well, I've gotten a lot of valuable information. Especially about the big head, or as it's actually known, the Wayseeker. Now, the Wayseeker, I'm guessing, yeah, they thought it was like the god of Antiverse 2. But it's not the god of Antiverse 2. So, who or what is the god of Antiverse 2? Well, to be perfectly frank, I have a theory about this. It makes sense when you think about it. The god of Antiverse 2 is none other than Dr. whatever the A stands for, Khan. And when you think about it, it makes sense, doesn't it? There'd be a way into that room. Anyway, when you think about it, it makes sense. Why would Dr. Khan want the Wayseeker released from Gatekeeper containment? Because the Wayseeker works for him. Now what Dr. Khan wants with us, with Antiverse 0, or possibly with the universe at large, or should I say the Omniverse at large, is a pretty open question. Regardless, I mean, what was it, to keep something... I was told to report to Dr. Khan. Who told me that I had to report to Dr. Khan? I mean, could have been HR. HR would have known about this whole thing with him being like the devil or something. Where did it first tell me that I had to meet with Dr. Khan? GatePal, UCP, 1977, procedures. Doesn't mention him anywhere. Maybe somebody in staff told me. Like somebody I was talking to before I came down to the cafeteria and met Dr. Thule. Somebody said, "Oh yeah, you got to meet Dr. Khan." I don't know who that was. Where's this ice wall? I think it's actually this way. Yeah, through the shopping district. Hang on a second. If I remember correctly, there are not only gatekeepers here, but Jotuns. It looks as though the gatekeepers themselves... Who said that? I heard that. What was that? I'm afraid of my own shadow. Dr. Khan's still there. Dr. Khan is still there. Should I... Maybe I should sneak by him, because to be perfectly honest, he might already know somehow that I know about him. Wait a second, what is that? I'm seeing something that looks like some kind of a vortex up there. Okay, that took a lot. But it worked. Now I have to access the... There he is. Now I have to access the dark lens. Fragments? Wait a second. This is supposed to be the shopping district?